Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Today, we're diving into two incredibly significant chapters, Joshua 21 and 22. We're at a pivotal moment in the story of Israel. After years of wandering and seasons of conquest, the people are finally settling into the land God promised them. Chapter 21 opens with a beautiful picture of God's faithfulness. Remember the Levites, the priestly tribe? They were unique because they weren't given a single large territory like the other tribes. Instead, their inheritance was the Lord Himself, as they were set apart to serve Him and minister to the people. So, how would they live? Well, here we see the plan unfold. The leaders of the Levite families come before Joshua and the elders, reminding them of God's command through Moses to give them cities to live in, with pasture lands for their livestock. And what happens? The Israelites obey. From their own inheritances, they give the Levites 48 cities and their surrounding pasture lands, scattered throughout all the tribes of Israel. This wasn't just a logistical arrangement, it was a brilliant spiritual design. By having the Levites distributed throughout the land, every tribe had direct access to spiritual guidance, teaching, and the ministry of the priests. It ensured that knowledge of God's law would be woven into the very fabric of the nation's daily life. It's a powerful reminder that God's plans are always perfect and detailed. At the end of chapter 21, we get this incredible summary statement. It says, "So the Lord gave Israel all the land He had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Not one of all the Lord's good promises to Israel failed. Everyone was fulfilled." Let that sink in. After hundreds of years, from the initial promise to Abraham, every single word from God came true. What an anchor for our own faith. It shows us that no matter how long the journey, God's promises are completely reliable. Now, moving into chapter 22, the story takes a dramatic turn. With the land distributed and the Levites settled, it's time for the warriors from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh to go home. These men had faithfully fought alongside their brothers to conquer the land west of the Jordan, even though their own inheritance was on the east side. Joshua commends them for their loyalty and blesses them, reminding them to continue loving the Lord and walking in His ways. As they journey back home, they do something that causes a massive misunderstanding. They build a large, imposing altar by the Jordan River. When the other tribes hear about this, they are furious. They immediately assume it's a rebel altar, a sign that the eastern tribes are turning away from the Lord to worship other gods. This was a serious offense, one that had brought disaster upon Israel in the past. So the western tribes gather for war, ready to confront their brothers for what they see as an act of betrayal. But before acting rashly, they send a delegation led by Phinehas, the priest, to find out what's going on. This is where communication proves to be the key to peace. The eastern tribes explain their true intention. The altar wasn't for sacrifices, it was a memorial, a witness for future generations. They were afraid that one day the Israelites west of the Jordan might say to their descendants, "You have no part in the Lord." This altar was built to stand as a permanent testimony that they, too, were part of Israel and served the same God. When the delegation hears this explanation, their anger turns to relief and joy. They praise God that civil war has been averted and that their brothers' hearts were in the right place. The misunderstanding is cleared up, and peace is restored. The eastern tribes even name the altar a witness between us, because it stands as a testament that the Lord is God for all of them. These two chapters leave us with so much to reflect on. We see God's meticulous faithfulness in providing for the Levites and fulfilling His promises. And we see a powerful human lesson in the story of the altar, the danger of jumping to conclusions and the critical importance of clear, humble communication in resolving conflict. It's a timeless reminder for our own relationships. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this look into Joshua has encouraged you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next study. May you be blessed.